Gina, can you just tell him to stop, please? I've had enough. He's taken over the club and I'm not having it.
You should be thankful. He's helping develop the team for the future.
Yeah, but I'm meant to be the one that finds the players and signs the players. He just does the youth development. He shouldn't be trying to sign players on my behalf. Look at him. He's sat on a throne like he thinks he owns the place.
Well, Ryan and Rob think he's doing a fantastic job. More than you.
What? Ryan and Rob think he's doing a fantastic job? And they don't think I'm doing it. I am doing a fantastic job. I mean, I can't do anything better right now, basically.
Get over it.
How do you do it, Andre? You don't even talk. You don't say anything. That's what you do, isn't it? You just give people the eyes. You've bewitched me all of a sudden there. I'm flustered now. Let's get on with the episode instead. Hello and welcome back to the Wrexham Way. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's episode. Today is a big one. Today we take on Stockport County, the only team above us in the pre-season preview. So on paper, they should beat us, or be the only team that could beat us. So we'll see what happens in this fixture away from home. Before we get into that though, I want to say thank you for the outrageous support so far on this series. I think episode 1 got to like 5,000 views before any other Let's Play video that I've ever done before in the past. So thank you very much for that. That is absolutely wonderful. It's great to know that you guys get behind the ideas and enjoy the project, essentially, that we do, building teams and having a good save with them. So thank you very much. That does mean a lot because it is a bit scary every time you start a new series and you think, oh, will this go as well as previous ones? But it seems to be so far, fingers crossed, touch wood, that it's going pretty well so far. So as ever, make sure you do drop a like on today's video for me. I'm going to set a target of 500 on this one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. So I must say, plenty has happened since you were last here. I think what we'll start off with is transfers. It's probably easier to start with the outs because, quite frankly, only one player has left the club. I'm trying to sell so many of our players and none of them are having any bids, but we managed to get our third choice keeper out for £1,000 to Bolton. He's 21, not got great potential. Let him go to Bolton for £1,000. It's fine. On the inside, though, as you can see, we did sign Jake Garrett last time out. You saw that he's played in the centre of midfield, but 3 more players have joined the club since then. The first one, you will know, Romani Medford-Smith. We spoke about him last time out. He was on trial. We offered him the contract. He signed it. He's at the club as the best left wing back here. But luckily for us, Will Kokolo also had his loan accepted. He chose us over League 2 Sutton United. So all of a sudden, we have 2 very, very capable left wing backs in the team, which means that the previous 2 I'm trying to sell, and of course no one wants to buy them. So we've got 4 left backs at least at a minimum. It might even be 5 left backs actually, because I think there was someone else who can play left back who is even worse than the other 2. So we've got a lot of players. But the final transfer we made was this guy, Tristan Needham, a free transfer, another centre midfielder. I just say left wing there, but actually he's a centre mid, ball-winning midfielder. It was actually suggested to me in the comment section on episode 1, so whoever put this one in there, thank you very much, appreciate that. So you picked this guy up on a free transfer. He went to go and play for Zimbabwe on international duty, although as you can see from his 0 caps and 0 goals, didn't actually play in the team. Came back, and then 30 minutes into his first game, got a straight red card. So we've not really seen much of Tristan so far. But it doesn't really matter too much because things are going very well for us right now. Of course, you were last here for that opening day season win against Yeovil, 4-0, big result that one. We then had a very frustrating 1-0 loss to Notts County. If we look at the match stats of this one, we lost it 1-0 to County's 3 shots on target that they had to our 15 and 5 shots on target. So that was rather annoying. And to be fair, things didn't look that much better against Southend as Liam McAlladin had to score in the 90th minute to grab all 3 points away from home there. But since then, we have looked pretty solid. A 3-0 win against Eastleigh and a 3-1 win against Woking, with Paul Mullen scoring 4 of the 6 goals in total, was fantastic. Harry Lennon then got a goal from a corner in a 1-1 draw with Grimsby. Before last time out, we scored 4 goals from corners against Dagenham and Redbridge. So with 5 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss, as you might expect, we are top of the National League table right now. Level on points with Notts County, who of course beat us earlier on this season. 2 points clear of Bromley and Grimsby, who we drew with, but Stockport, today's opposition, are 5 points behind us, down in 7th place. Paul Mullen is leading the goal-scoring charts. Harry Lennon, the centre-back, with his goals from corners, is winning the average rating chart at the moment, with James Jones, who gets all the corners put into the middle, is level on top assists with 6 right now. But that's not quite everything. Our youth team is looking a little bit, well, rubbish, let's put it that way. There's not a great deal of potential in there and not a great deal of current ability either. So our head of youth development, Andre, he's been doing a bit of scouting for me. I don't like it, but he's brought some players in on trial. And so as you can see here, these 3 highlighted players, we have 3 players in on trial that he wants to sign for the youth team. We'll start with the oldest one first, Lawrence Wootton. He is a 20-year-old or 21-year-old centre mid who potentially could be League One standard. The thing is, he's 21 already and not at League One standard. I don't think he's going to improve from a National League North-South player to a League One player in the space of 2 years. So for me, I think Andre's probably got this one a little wrong, and I'm not very keen on him. But is a former Stoke and Cardiff player, so, I mean, has got some Welsh heritage with Cardiff, I suppose, so, you know, maybe it's not a bad shout. He's also brought in former West Ham youth keeper Serene Sana, who is currently a National League North and South player with League One potential, but he's 18 years old, which does give me hope, but actually maybe he could get to that League One level. 6'5" as well, great height for a keeper, and I think might be worth actually signing. So, I think we tentatively offer him a contract as a future prospect and maybe put him in, not a 9-month deal, can we make it at least 2 years? I mean, I'd say 3 years, because that's a very cheap contract for 3 years. Can we just suggest that? He says yes straight away. Brilliant. Thank you very much for a cheap contract. And then the third and final player he's brought in, and probably the best young player, is a former West Ham player once again in Kai Corbett, who is currently a National League player with League One potential. The issue is right wing. So really, he's not really got a place in our team right now because we don't play with right wingers, but we could maybe send him out on loan. 18 years old, he's fairly tall actually at 6 foot, can play with both feet to an extent, has got some good crossing and dribbling, good pace, like fundamentally a very good winger and could get a lot better. So, again, I feel like breakthrough prospect. I think maybe we get him in on a 3-year deal. Can we get 4 years? Because that would be quite nice on a 4-year deal. I'm happy to have these wage risers in there once he reaches enough games for the club. Maybe bring it down a little bit just so he's not taking too much money off our plate. Suggest this contract and he's happy with it straight away. Brill. Okay, a 4-year deal. You'll love to see it. So hopefully we'll see those guys come in at some point in today's episode. But basically, things are going well. Very well indeed. It kind of makes me think that bad things might happen in this game against Stockport County, but let's manifest some positive thoughts and hope for the win. So the team is pretty similar to what you saw last time, but we have had some changes for injuries. Of course, Ben Tozer is still injured because, of course, he just is for like 4 months, which is rather frustrating. Of course, new signing Needham is still suspended for this game. I think it's just this next match he's suspended for, so you'll see him in the game after this one. But we've also had an injury to Bryce Hosanna, our star right wing back. I think he's been out pretty much all of in-between episodes for the most part. When did he get injured? If I click on that, will it tell me? 1-0 over Southend. So yeah, basically the third game of the season, got injured and has been out since then. As a result, the team is not quite at 100% strength, but we're still doing pretty well with Langton in goal and a backline of Lennon, Hayden and Brisley. Obviously, new signing Medford Smith is starting at the left wing back spot, but in right wing back to sort of replace Bryce Hosanna, we have Tyler French, who is a right back who can play right wing back and has actually done pretty well so far this season. You can see here on his last 5 games, a 7.3 average rating. He's been doing well. Turns out that Jake Garrett has a left foot and James Jones has a right foot. So I've swapped those two over in the centre of midfield. But of course, when he is back from suspension, where is he down here somewhere? Needham. When he's back from suspension, he's our player that we own. I'd rather start him over on loan Garrett. Luke Young is still doing well in that centre attacking midfielder role, but not really scoring goals, but I guess he's getting some assists. McAlladin has apparently got a left foot and Mullen got a right foot, so I've swapped those two over as well. And it's worked pretty well because both of them are scoring goals, but Mullen is scoring the most with 8 so far. So as kickoff is upon us here today, Stockport at home, so this could be a bit of a tricky tie for us if they start to find a little bit of form heading into this game. But a good clearance out from the back is only collected by the Stockport keeper, but it's a poor clearance, and that is what you call a wonder goal. Disallowed for what? Disallowed for what? Who's offside here? Oh, that's so harsh. That's so harsh to have that goal ruled out. Oh, imagine if that counted. That would have been goal of the season, surely. As James Jones puts a corner in and we miss the corner. Oh, agonising. I mean, it's not harsh. He was clearly offside, but I don't like it when offsides go against me. So, another free kick for us this time, but this one is collected comfortably by the Stockport keeper, who has now got the chance to clear his lines out from the back. Looks like Stockport are playing very narrowly here today. They've eventually fanned out wide a little bit, but they look very narrow there as they're coming out from their own penalty area from that free kick. We have the ball though. Young finds Medford Smith, who finds McCalladin down this left-hand side of the attack. Plays it back to Medford Smith in so much space. Puts the ball in towards Paul Mullen, who can't get his noggin on it, but the clearance is only as far as Tyler French. Goes back to Harry Lennon, into Medford Smith, who can cut inside, go into Garrett to Lennon, out to Medford Smith. My voice is now going all wrong, and we've lost possession because of that probably. That's my fault, I imagine, because I stopped talking properly. Stockport are coming forward instead. Reed on the ball. If they score from this, I'll be so cross, because we were really in charge of that. To be fair, you know, we were overdue conceding a goal. We've only conceded up until this point 3 goals this season. That's our 4th goal we have conceded. So that is very good. You know, 4 goals conceded in 8 games, not too bad. At the same time, when you consider that's 25% of all goals we've let in this season, that doesn't sound great, does it? Anyway, half-time, 1-0 down against Stockport County. We are in the ascendancy, though. It might just be behind me, actually, but we've had 7 shots to their 5 shots, sorry. So really, we should be in control of this game. I'm going to thrash my arms. They've been terrible so far. Sort it out in the second half. To be fair, actually, we are more of a second-half team. We do seem to score more of our goals in the second half. But right now, no one in the attack is playing particularly well, I must say. So I think we need to make a couple of changes out there. Let's bring David Jones on for Garrett. Let's get Luke Young off. Who for? Only being allowed 5 subs is so tricky. I don't like it at all. Can Dan Jarvis play there? No, he can't. So what I might do then is play Mullen through the middle, and then I'll bring Dion Angus on as another striker to go alongside these two, like that. Also, Medford Smith having a poor game on a 6-6, so let's bring Will Cocolo on as well. We'll go a little bit more attacking. I'll shout demand more at them, and hopefully this might just help us out a little bit as we look to defend a corner here. We've defended it well, and now Paul Mullen can lose possession immediately. Thank you very much, Paul. Great from you. And Stockport can come back on the attack. But if we can win the ball back high up the pitch, we're in a great position. Good pressing there from the boys. The clearance is not great from Stockport. We win the possession back. And now we've got 3 men in attack. Mullen over the top. Come on, Paul. Don't let me down. Corner. James Jones to put it into the middle. It was rubbish because it goes straight through to the Stockport County defenders, and they're on the counter-attack now. They've got some bodies arriving at the back, but we've got plenty arriving back as well, which is pretty decent. Can we win possession though? Because we need to get on a counter-attack here. We need to attack if we want to get anything out of this game right now. But Stockport still hold on to possession as they bring it out to this near side of the pitch, and if that had gone in, I'd have been so cross. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. I got distracted. Wasn't watching. They score. I've got my laptop next to me downloading some stuff, and I looked at it, it flashed up with something, and then that happens. Okay, well, it's another one of those games similar to the Notts County game where we've outplayed Stockport, in my opinion. More possession, more shots, much higher XG, almost double their XG, and yet we've lost the game. You hate to see it. Okay, not ideal at all there. Not ideal at all. It drops us down to 4th in the table. Grimsby, Bromley and Notts County go ahead of us. And because there's only one automatic promotion place in this division, oh, it's so difficult to get out of this one. Anyway, we've got 7 days before we have the next game against Aldershot Town. In the middle of that, we do have deadline day as well, which is pretty exciting. Although I don't think we'll use much of deadline day. Chelmsford and Welling both want Kai as well. Hopefully he's not going to go there because we should be the best team making an offer for Kai. So I'd like to think he'll come to us and we'll try and get him out on loan. Also, now I think about it, we are a non-league team, so deadline day doesn't really apply to us all that much, does it? But if we look at the squad, I mean, I have to scroll down a significant way to actually see all of our players. And if I sort it by current ability, a lot of them are rubbish. A lot of them are really rubbish with no potential either. I mean, Jamie Nash might have some potential there, so maybe we'll keep hold of him. But you, yeah, maybe just those guys for now. Like, they're never going to play for me. So I'd rather just get them out of the club. But if I go to transfer, offer to clubs for transfer, no one will come back. No one would bid for them. Well, I say that. Christian Dibble had... Actually, no, we can't sell Dibble. He's the one player we can't sell because actually he's our backup keeper. Because our keepers aren't very good. I can't click on him for some reason. Oh, every now and again, this skin, it's not fully optimised for FM22. I think I've got a dodgy version of an FM21 skin. I think that's what I was given, thinking it was a really good skin. It just doesn't work half the time. So then I have to go to preferences and then load the FM skin and then reload this one again. If anyone's got a good skin, let me know because it would be quite nice to have some nice ones. Yeah, Dibble's literally our backup goalkeeper. We could do with another one, but we may as well keep this one for now. So actually, of all those 7 players we tried to sell, he's the only one who's had bids made for him, and he's the only one we can't actually sell. Although saying that, Serene Sana is literally set to sign for us this very second. My plan was to put him in the youth team. I've just rejected that one, haven't I, from the other guy? Oh my god, Tom. Can I offer him out again quickly? Offer to clubs. Just transfer list him. Just see if someone wants to sign him, because then we do have Sana now as our backup keeper. Oh, dear me. Oh, it has actually worked out quite well because they're now paying double what they offered originally, Wimbledon. So, yeah, we'll accept that then. That's fine. Also, Tristan Needham once again called up to the Zimbabwe squad for the 8th of October to the 12th of October. So, will he... No, he won't miss the Aldershot game. You will see him against Aldershot, but then he'll be gone for a little while again. Oh, well, this is quite frustrating too. Stockport have not only just beaten us, but their manager's just beaten me to manager of the month, even though I've got a bigger win ratio than him. So for the game against Aldershot then, there's only actually one change I kind of want to make, and that will be to bring Needham onto the bench for Dan Jarvis, but then Needham then comes on for Garrett, so you can see him play and hopefully not get a red card. Hosanna is just about getting back to fitness, but isn't quite ready for it yet, so we'll leave French there. So for me, that team is the best we've got right now. So kickoff is upon us here today, and immediately a long throw from French is punched away by the Aldershot keeper, but Medford Smith's shot just over the bar. Okay, a pretty positive start so far. All we have to do is just win the game, which I've made sound very simple. It's much more difficult than that, but given that we did lose our last game to Stockport, this suddenly becomes a must-win game. If we want to win the league title to get automatic promotion, we have to keep winning and keep winning and keep winning. We cannot let a loss drop us into a bad run of form. Please, no. Okay, again, it's another disappointing one. Look at the match stats. They're one shot on target they've had compared to our 7. You know, it's rather frustrating as we put another one over the bar. I do feel like we are being unlucky. I think we are being pretty unlucky so far, but like I say, we've got to get ourselves back in this game. We've got to start winning, because once we start losing touch with teams ahead of us, it becomes so difficult to fight for that title. The playoffs, there's 6 teams in the playoffs. It's a big playoff system as Paul Mullen has a shot cleared off the line. I think he may have been offside actually in the process of that one too, but still, it's never nice to see. And so we get to half-time, having dominated the game 12 shots to 3, 58% possession to 42% possession, XG through the roof compared to theirs. Thrash the arms, what was that? We're not winning the game. It's not all going wrong already, is it? Surely not. As Luke Young's free kick from distance, he has no right to shoot from there, was on target. Keeper makes a very good save. The resulting corner put in by James Jones, nodded on by a defender, cleared out from the back. Oh, boys. What's happened since I turned off my computer last night and turned it on today to record this? I can't even say they're camera shy because they won 4-0 yesterday. Like, what's happened here, boys? Lennon on the ball. Right, let's build out from the back as Needham gets it back into Lennon. Lennon back to Needham. Needham back to Lennon. Lennon forward to McAlladon. Good. Nice progress there before we go backwards to Lennon once again. But he's going to bring it over the halfway line to McAlladon. McAlladon looks to find Medford Smith. Medford Smith gets into Hayden. Hayden brings it forward to Young, to Jones. This is nice passing, boys. Right, French in so much space. Who's in the area? No one. Get in the area. Or do that and nearly score a goal from it. That's what the highlights for. This won't result in a goal at all. 2 cleared off the line now. I also don't want to look at the shot count, but I have just seen it's 21 shots to 3 shots. We are being very unlucky. I mean, I won't get too upset about it because I feel like on paper we're doing everything right. And obviously the results aren't quite coming. Mullen finally grabbed himself a goal. The results aren't quite coming in today's episode, but the underlying match stats are there for us. They're very much in our favour, so I'm not too worried. I would be worried if we were losing and we kept deserving to lose, but I think we do deserve to win most of these games, even though we're not winning all of them. Keep the faith, keep going. We should be able to get a result out of this one. I've got faith in us with 15 minutes to go that Lennon is going to deliver a perfect ball across to French here, or someone will at some point. Or go back to the keeper instead, that's absolutely fine. It's all part of the plan, probably. Hayden on the ball into Brisley, and Brisley brings it forward. Finally, will we find French? We do, but he's now closed down in space. James Jones comes forward, back to French, and back to James Jones, who's fouled. No, it comes away as an Aldershot ball. They bring it over the halfway line nearly. And now Phillips at the back. Into Wagstaff, the goal scorer, back to Phillips. Nice pressure from us, though, to keep them not penned in their own area, as they're now in our area, and please don't foul or let them shoot. Had to be one of them, didn't it? Had to be one of them. It was either going to be a foul or a shot. We chose foul. It's now a penalty. Come on, Rob. Make a big save. Oh, he nearly did as well. He nearly did. Oh, he was so close. That's really annoying. Okay, well, with 15 minutes to go, I think we do the same thing again. We just lump on another striker and try and do something with it. We need to maybe actually bring... Well, Jones can play as a playmaker. So you be the advanced playmaker, Jones. You become the box-to-box, although I'm not quite sure you like that. So maybe Garrett will come onto the box-to-boxing for you. And then we just need to massively push forward, very attacking. I'm going to shout demands more. We have to try and put everything forward in this. They've had 4 shots to our 26. And yet the tactical changes, the 27 shots that we've had have done nothing. It's all going wrong. And with that, we're suddenly 4 points behind Notts County. And that's a big, big margin in the National League. A huge margin. At least James Jones played well. That's the Lincoln City in you, boy. That's the Lincoln City in you. So that's a big blot on our record. A huge blot on our record. You hate to see it. We've actually got the FA Cup 4th qualifying round coming up soon as well. That should be a routine win. The first round of the FA Cup should probably be at some point in early November, I would imagine. So I think next episode, if we get to the FA Cup first round, we'll come back for it, because this could be a nice cup run, you know. Of course, if we don't get through to the FA Cup first round, we'll do some teams around at this point. I don't know which ones yet, but we'll find out. So, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it despite the losses. I feel like we have shown that we're a decent team that can play football. We just got very, very unlucky today. Also, a couple of new signings coming into the club is really good too, and I'm going to try and keep working on getting some players out of the club as well. So thank you very much. Make sure you do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.